So let's start in the AL like we always do. Royals and Orioles. This is shaping up to be, I think, a pretty fun series to watch. What are you guys thinking our outcome will be here?
Baltimore, what was it, 4-2? Baltimore took the season series,
Yep.
4-2.
And that was that. Most of those games were played when the Royals were healthy.
Yeah, my heart wants Kansas City, but I think it's going to end up being Baltimore. This is as young as Baltimore is, and it's their window is wide open, right? But this after last year, 100+ wins, you go in and you kind of shit the bed a little bit in the first round. This year they don't win the division, but I mean, they were one of the better teams in the American League for pretty much start to finish. I think the pressure is on Baltimore here. You're playing at home. It's a team that kind of limped their way into the postseason in Kansas City. I think Baltimore, really, the pressure is on them. I think they come through. I think Baltimore comes through. I think, it's pretty much the same team last year that wasn't able to get it done. They add a few pieces. Obviously, Corbin Burns is a big piece, but
Zach Eflin at the deadline.
Yep. There you go. I think Baltimore gets it done. I actually think they get it done in 2. I don't think Kansas City wins. I think it's game 1, game 2 to Baltimore, and let's move on.
Yeah, I'm heartbroken to have to say this, but I think Baltimore wins. I think they win in 2. I don't think it's close. The Royals have been miserable for the last month. They don't have Pasquantino. The pitching's been a little iffy. They have really, really had a tough run. They limped into the playoffs. I mean, you could argue they kind of backed in because they were out. I mean, they were looking at falling out. The Royals don't have anything left. If that team is healthy, it's a different conversation. But where you're missing a big guy in Pasquantino in that lineup, that offense has been putrid. Bobby Witt can only do so much, and you're going to go in there and face Corbin Burns in game 1 with a lineup that's not at full strength. I mean, I don't like this combination for the Royals. The only team I did not want to see them get was the Orioles first up. The Royals have been my team all year. I don't see how on earth they get past Baltimore.
Yeah, well, I'm torn too because that's what we were thinking about the Rangers when they went into Baltimore last year, and the Rangers just absolutely socked them in the mouth and was like, "Thanks, we'll just keep moving on."
Rangers were healthy though, like that. They were going in ready.
You're
the
right.
Royals are limping in.
You're right. I mean,
pitching matters.
Baltimore has disappointed in the playoffs. That's 100% true, and this is their chance.
They have
to
it. And
change
pitching matters. I mean, Kansas City does have a couple of guys that can go in and throw gems, and then everything turns up on its head. Ragans can be Ragans. Ted Lugo had a really good year. I don't know. I still think it's Baltimore in 2, but simply just because of the way that Kansas City has played going into the postseason, I don't know how you could feel comfortable picking them.
Yeah, that's fair.
KC gives you no level of comfort that they're ready for these games.
Yeah, and I'm with you. I think the Orioles do come out on top, but I think the Royals could possibly steal a game. If Ragans is Ragans and Seth Lugo is Seth Lugo in one of those 2 games, I think the Royals could steal one. But I think ultimately it will be the Orioles.